Mimi, when you look around the room right now, things look a lot different than they did when you first arrived at the Naval Academy. As you look at your surroundings right now, what sticks out and what are you most looking forward to now here in your senior season?
I definitely am surrounded by just a great group of people, from the coaching staff to the players. It's just a really fun group to be around and like come into practice every day. This year we're looking like a little bit different team. We got a lot more players, which is exciting, and a little bit more height, which is fun and adds like a lot of dynamic, different offenses that we can run and defenses that will get us going as well. So I'm looking forward to the season. I think that we got a fun one ahead of us.
The fact that, you look around and you, Lindsay, and Imani are still here, and the fact that the three of you get a chance to lead, but more importantly, still leave a legacy here and help Coach Taylor get this thing going in the direction that he wants to. How much does that mean to you guys, especially welcoming so many first year players as you all have coming in this year?
It's super important to us. I mean, I've taken it as kind of my charge to leave this program better than when it was handed to me. And just the little things, like our culture, how we interact with one another, how we carry ourselves, all of that plays a role into who you are as a midshipman. And so teaching the young ones kind of the path to a successful career, not only on the basketball court, but at the academy as well, is very important to me and Lindsay and Imani. So that's at the forefront of our minds, and hopefully it will carry us into a very successful season too.
Just as something to build on, how important in your mind, maybe they don't matter at all, I don't know, but as a player, the two wins you got in the postseason last year, what does that mean for those of you that are returning and knowing that, hey, we can put ourselves in position to win games like that and give our program a chance?
I think those wins just come down to the heart that our team has and that we play with. It was huge confidence for us, and just knowing that we can play like that and that we have that in us, and it comes down to the heart that our team plays with, and that coach always talks about, we don't play to a score, we play till the time runs out. And I mean, that Holy Cross game is the true testament to that. With not a lot of time on the clock, we were still able to get a win, and that'll go down as one of my favorite basketball memories. And so the ones that were there know that feeling, and so I think it's chasing that feeling and knowing that we can win big games in March, which is really important.
The Holy Cross game, a perfect example of the only shots you can't make are the ones that you don't take. As you've seen this group in its infancy here, what sticks out to you the most, that in this early time that you've seen from especially these new players?
I think our team is obviously very young, so there's a lot of learning and mistakes that happen, but the willingness to play through those mistakes is what is important and learn from them. So, heavy turnovers, things like that, but those are all correctable mistakes, and honestly due to people just trying really hard and wanting to play fast. And so I think that our team is headed in the right direction, and we got a really good base here in these past 4 or 5 weeks of practices. So I'm excited. I think there'll be, obviously some big learning curves as we start playing games, but everyone's willing to learn, adjust, and just grow from each game and come back the next day ready to go and get better. So I think that shows a lot of resilience that this team has, and just willingness to fail and get right back up.
There's a lot of production that went out the door, obviously, with Jen. How important is it to just play as yourselves and no one having to think, I've got to replace that production from last year, and do this organically and naturally and let it happen with this group?
Yeah, obviously Jen is such an amazing player, and I love playing with her. But I think this year, a key emphasis is just knowing our role, knowing what you're good at. Every single person on this team from top to bottom brings something that contributes to a successful program. And so we're really emphasizing just doing your role and playing free, letting the game come to you, playing at a fast pace, and doing the little things. So defenses, taking charges, hustle plays, all those things. I think we can pride ourselves in and make up for Jennifer Coleman and all come together and contribute to that.
Those of us that have gotten to know you over the 3 years you've been here are probably not surprised in the least that you were chosen to lead the way. You know what it means, though, at a place like the Academy to be a leader, be chosen to be a leader. How important is it to you? And is it even fair to say you've adopted a leadership style or philosophy yet, as you know, this season hasn't even yet begun?
Yeah, first of all, I was like super, super excited, and it's a huge honor to be chosen to lead my team and Navy women's basketball this season. And so I think my style, if I had to describe it, would be a leader of action. I'm not someone who typically says a ton. I try to lead through my actions and lead by example. And so hopefully the young players just take note of the way I carry myself and the character I hold myself to. And I'm going to try to pass down as much wisdom as possible to them. But it's a huge blessing. I feel very honored and I'm excited to learn. I'm learning so much. And the Academy affords me so many opportunities to practice my leadership here on the yard.
I've asked other captains this question, and I'll ask you the same thing. The fact that you all get together as a group of captains, how inspiring is it? And how much do you learn in there when you listen to the other captains talk about the things that are going on within their respective sports and maybe some of the things you can absorb that you can bring back to yours?
Yeah, no, I think it's super unique that the Academy has that. And it's really, really nice as captains because if your team's going through it, another team has most likely gone through it or had similar issues, problems, successes, things like that. So it's just a great resource, and they're your peers, so they'll give it to you straight. And I've definitely taken note of a lot of great things that I've seen in other programs and tried to apply them to Navy women's basketball. So I love it. The people are great. The captains here are awesome. And as you can see, Navy athletics is very successful because of that.
And no doubt about it. 35 varsity sports here at the Academy. A lot of great opinions being shared there. At the same time, how important is it to you that Imani and Lindsay also have a voice in this?
Oh, it's huge. Obviously, they're struggling with some injuries and things like that, but they are just as important and needed, especially leading this young team. And so it's a collective effort. We definitely chat all the time about, how to address things, what we're going to do next. And their support is also super helpful to me. Being the only one playing on the court, sometimes you can kind of feel like the only senior on an island, but their leadership and just my ability to come talk to them about things that are happening or things that I'm seeing is so important and reassuring. And so they're awesome. I love them. It's crazy that just 4 years ago we were starting this journey together and now we're ending it. So I'm excited.
The relationship with Coach Taylor and the rest of the staff, and you now being that conduit between them and your teammates, what's been the importance over these first couple of years that you've been with Coach and that staff, and building that relationship that now you get to be kind of that voice that goes back and forth between them and the rest of your teammates?
Yeah, I would say it's huge. Throughout my time at the Academy, I think when the new staff came in, my main goal is to kind of enlighten them on the day-to-day activities of midshipmen and the areas that we're being pulled in, and so to alleviate, some of the stresses that athletes here face on a daily basis. So I think the whole coaching staff has been super receptive to that and wanting to like learn about our lives. Last week we took them to King Hall and they ate in King Hall for the first time. Things like that. They may seem like super small, but it's so important to know, how we eat, what the team looks like, stuff like that. And I think they're very open to learning about our lives in the military because, truth be told, like basketball is a huge part of our time at the academy, but it's also very small when it comes to time after the academy. And so I've kind of taken it as my goal to share with them that military side and enlighten them on what we're going to be doing because that's so huge and it's why we come here at the end of the day.
Did you get Coach peanut butter and jelly sandwich?
Yeah, it was Taco Tuesday, so he got to
Oh,
enjoy
even
some
better.
tacos. Exactly.
That's smart captain right there. On a good day. I'll let you out on this. I mean, you and I have had multiple conversations now through the years. As you look in the mirror and you see Mimi Schrader, leader now in this fourth and final year here at the academy, how different are you from the day you arrived?
Oh, I am, man, the first day I arrived, I remember having my Santa bag over my shoulder and someone yelled at me saying like, "There's no smiling here." And I still got a smile, that's for sure. But just kind of looking at my development of who I am as a person, my character, I've grown so much. And that's because I've learned from those who have gone before me and my professors and mentors. And so I owe it all to them and to shaping me into the person I am today. But yeah, I was a chicken with my head cut off freshman year, that's for sure. And the other day, a freshman was saying to me, like, "Mimi, you got it all. It seems like you got your life together." And I was like, "Oh, if you had only known me in your shoes 3 short years ago." So I've come a long way. I still have so much to learn. The whole process starts over, when you throw that hat in the air and you're a fresh ensign. But I'm excited for this season. I'm excited to practice all of the things that I've learned here throughout the past 3 years, and I'm looking forward to a great season.
Much respect, Mimi. Can't wait to see you guys next Monday in Williamsburg against William and Mary. Thanks for the time today.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.